Let's get intense with MAPS HIIT. Hello and welcome to another review. Today we are going to review the MAPS HIIT program. So before we start, let's go a bit through the vocabulary. What is HIIT? HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. So it's a form of interval training for pretty much pushing your cardio. So it's a cardiovascular exercise strategy where you have short periods where you really push really hard, followed by less intense recovery phases, periods, and you just keep repeating this until you're too exhausted to pretty much continue. So you can do this for time, for rounds, for many things. So that's what HIIT stands for. It's really in contrast to LISS, which stands for low intensity steady state cardio. This is pretty much what you know already, like jogging on the treadmill or in a park, going for a swim, or playing a game of pickup with a couple of friends. So pretty much everything that keeps your heart rate more or less on an elevated but stable level. So it's not sprinting or anything that goes into this direction, or like jumping, anything that really kind of peaks your heart rate. That's the contrast of it. So vocabulary aside, MAPS HIIT. This is kind of it's like a fat burning program. It's which a couple of years ago through basically CrossFit and their WODs, workouts of the days, which are kind of like this interval intense training systems, became very popular. And after the fans and people kind of begging the guys from Mind Pump for something like this, so due to popular demand, they came out with MAPS HIIT a while ago. It's a little bit different than the other programs. Let's start at the beginning. It's phased. It has 3 phases. Each phase is 2 weeks long. So in total, the program lasts 6 weeks. It's a lot shorter than usually. But HIIT is very hard and difficult to do, so it's not really something that when you push it that you can do for months and months on end. Each phase consists of 3 different parts. So you have first HIIT workouts, which you do 3 times a week. You have flow sessions, which are mobility sessions pretty much, which you do 2 times a week, and then you have 2 NEAT sessions, which we do the 2 remaining times of the week. The HIIT workouts, as I said, there are 3 different phases. You have like a barbell complex, which is kind of the strength phase, where you do different exercises with a barbell. The next phase is kind of like a more functional movements phase, where you do dumbbell complexes on different planes of motion. So that's pretty cool. Less static than the barbell complex. And in the last phase, for 2 weeks, you have like this kind of athletic and power phase, where you do a lot more body weight work and plyometrics, like jumping and push-ups. That's how the 6 weeks kind of look like. Each HIIT workout phase comes in 3 different levels. You have beginner, intermediate, and advanced. They differ in the length of the workout. So the beginner workout lasts 15 minutes, the intermediate workout lasts 20 minutes, and the advanced workout lasts 25 minutes. You have a cycle of 3 to 5 exercises, so 3 for the beginner, 4 for intermediate, and 5 for advanced. And this is the same for each phase. So that's pretty simple, pretty basic. So how does a phase pretty much, or a training day, HIIT workout training day look like? So you pick your weight. Say for phase 1, you pick your your barbell, and you perform each exercise basically until technical failure. So when your form starts to break down, you take a 20-second break, you rest, and then you transition to the next workout. It's really important to don't sacrifice form over speed or amount of reps or pushing completed cycles. That's kind of what this differs from, your CrossFit WOD, where it's really, to do as many rounds as possible or as many reps as possible or as quick as possible, and people really sacrifice form and in the long run sacrifice their health. Here it's really you push hard, but you focus still on your health in the long run because you're doing it in the proper way. So this is pretty much how you do exercise 1, a couple of reps and 20-second break, next exercise, then a break, next exercise, and you keep just doing, repeating until your 15, 20, 25 minutes are over. That's pretty simple, pretty basic. You pick your weights in a way that at the beginning it really should feel easy, probably too easy, but keep in mind that after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it still keeps on going on for quite a while. Really, if you never did any, if you're not a solid CrossFit lifter already, there is really no shame and no reason not to start at the beginner level. 15 minutes is really long for a high intensity interval training complex. It doesn't sound that much, but that's quite long. You will see if you already after 5 minutes, if you picked a little bit too much weight, you're probably going to stop, take off some weight and then keep on moving. There is no real long rest. You only have these 20 seconds between each exercise, but of course if there's ever a point where you think, okay, that's too much, then you take a break and consider this then for the next time. If you really think 15 minutes is even too long, then start with 10 minutes or 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. You can always increase. Don't kill yourself here. It's supposed to help you, burn fat, get in shape, get fitter without, sacrificing mental or physical health. So that's the HIIT workouts. That's, let's say you do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesday and Thursday, for example, you do your flow workouts. Again, here you have 3 levels, same thing, 15, 20 and 25 minutes. It's different body movements, like 1990s, well-known mind pump mobility exercises, stuff they focus on because most people and programs simply neglect it. That's also something where MAPS HIIT differs from your typical WOD, that they throw in your mobility work. It's usually neglected if it's there at all. So that's pretty cool that you are doing at least 30 minutes a week of mobility work. It's really one constant flow, like flow yoga. You start with one exercise, you do it, you hold it for a moment, and then you transition into the next, and you keep on going like this for 15 to 25 minutes. Also here, like with the HIIT workout, start at the beginner level and increase if you actually are fit and or mobile enough. For the flow workouts, there is no prescribed rest period. It's really one whole big cycle. But of course, if you need a break, you take it. No problem whatsoever. It's not about you doing this and feeling terrible afterwards. It's you making progress, making gains, and whatever that means. So if after 5, 6, 7 minutes you feel like that's too much, take a minute off and keep on going. And maybe in a week or 2 or 3 or 5, you can progress here. The flow workouts have no phase, so it's pretty much you have just your beginner, intermediate or advanced levels and your workouts there, you go through them, which is fine because you don't need to phase this in any specific way. Just the fact that you are doing mobility training and all is going to help you a lot. And in terms of progress, it takes a while until you actually get a bit more mobile, get into a better position, feel a little more loose or comfortable in this mobility training. So that's fine to progress through this through 6 weeks with the same things, because it's not going to be the same. You will feel hopefully a little better over time. And lastly, for basically Saturday and Sunday, you have your NEAT days. You can also say it's a bit of active recovery, where you just try to get 10,000 or more steps with whatever kind of NEAT you like. You go for a walk, you go hiking, you do some gardening work, you clean your house, whatever it might be. Just have this very low impact type of movement in your day, which is quite important. And that's MAPS HIIT. Quite straightforward, very simple. The main difference between MAPS HIIT and any other what you can Google is that it has a certain structure, a certain phasing in it, that it throws in the flow workouts, that you do different things. So that's really the big thing. I haven't done this as a structured program myself yet. I picked ideas from the HIIT parts and added them to my training here and there when I felt like it. Either to do something on an off day, or as some sort of finisher, or even kind of taking this as inspiration to warm up, especially now the last couple of months when I started training from my home gym and I didn't have a bike or a treadmill to warm up a bit. I used a barbell. I'm using a barbell complex that helps me to actually warm up my whole body. So I took this kind of inspiration there, and you can pretty much use this on its own, or kind of use the general idea to enrich your own program, which either way I think is fine. Let's have a quick look on the website. Here we are, MAPS HIIT. You see, this gives you already kind of this like conditioning idea with this running movement. As always, you have the phase blueprints, you have the money back guarantee, the video demonstrations, the membership portal. It comes at a price point of $107, a little cheaper than the other ones, which makes sense because it's a smaller, lighter, and easier program. Pretty much here's what you get. Here's the promo video. Nothing too spectacular. It's really a simple program, a simple concept, simple idea. I like the way they did it, but do you need it? Is it really worth it? If you have no idea how to go and structure your own WODs, then it might be worth the buy if it's on sale. If it's not on sale, I wouldn't buy it. If you have an idea on how to do a WOD and focus good form over chasing PRs in forms of amounts of reps or speed or time, then if you know how to do this, then you don't need to buy it, in my opinion. It's not a waste, and it has good ideas, but basically if you know a little bit about training and programming yourself, you don't need it, in my opinion. So I think that's the first time that I said this about a MAPS program. That said, it's still a fun thing. I'm probably never going to do it just on its own. At the moment, I'm doing it while recording this. I'm on a weight cut, and I'm adding this kind of HIIT sessions to my off days, just to help me during my cut a bit. That's pretty much it, but you don't need a phase program for this. So yeah, that's it. Hit the like button if this was helpful, comment, and let me know, maybe you are into HIIT training. Let me know what your favorite stuff about HIIT is. If you like these kind of videos, it would be awesome if you could subscribe. Hit also the notification bell. That would help me a lot. Share this with friends, and if you have any further questions, let me know. And until then, see you next time. Bye.